Alright, Section 6A, Steam Generator, LSCO type, the introduction. The instructions contained section are the... Alright, the second instructions contained within the section are for the guidance for the personnel and gave with the operation LSCO steam generator. The general description for the steam generator is given with the operation technique is outlined with the troubleshooting section provided with the operator. The number of the parents typically identified with the numerical listing and in section the sum of these items are illustrated with this section. However, the sum of the reference numbers are not illustrated and will be found in the schematic part mounted on the locomotive close to the steam generator. Description: the LSCO to steam generator have been rated with the capacity of 2,300 to 3,000 pounds of water evaporation per hour. The operation complete with the automatic after the steam generator is started with the full operation of the steam press for the reach for a few minutes. For the steam generator operates the forced recirculation principle, therefore is not dependent on the natural circulation. Small hot water circulation pump closed coupled to the electrical motor with the force of the hot water to the contained the steam generator. Then the elements of the generator, the generators of the operation quantity of the water circulate with the constant regardless of the steam output. The maximum occupancy of the water circulate with approximately 10 times the amount of steam produced with the forced recirculation principle. Efficiency of the heat transfer eliminates the scale formation almost entirely. Steam generator top and side view and steam generator front view. The steam generator consists of the radiant with the combustion chamber, the convection section. Each of the radiation section consists of the three elements of the envelope of the combustion chamber, the element of the container of the inlet and outlet header. The convention section of it consists of the five elements, and each of the elements contained with the inlet outlet header. Each of the 8 elements and equivalent of the outputs of the inlet and ensure the proper distribution of the circulated system. Circulated with the electrical motor with the drive of the circulation pump that also drive with the fuel pump motor, fuel oil pump and melt blower. Feed water pump, the recirculating type of the steam operated with the steam fuel flow with the control of the feed water with the regulator, which is actuated with the flow located with the steam generator. The rise with the water level to reduce the feed water regulator valve opening, return with the speed of the pump and the reduction of water level of the reverser. The burner is designed to utilize with light grade fuel oil with the diesel oil. The burner header is have 3 mechanical and atomizing burner knobs, the one of which is referred to the small burner with the other 2 combined with the large burner. The electrical ignition is employed with the spark that is only provided during the 5-second ignition period. Only with the small burner is ignited with lighting up after this large burner is lighted up and lighted and ignited with the small burner. The fuel oil supply small burner with the atomizing with the nozzle with the regulated with the fuel oil pump with the burner large burner with the mechanical atomizing number with the control with the oil regulating valve with the actuator with the steam pressure. The steam pressure is low with the fuel oil level with the large burner with the maximum and an increase with the same pressure but with the normal result with the reduction of fuel oil level. The proper mixture with the air fuel oil automatically maintain all rates for the firing. High combustion efficiency assured at all load settings. The control for the water, but the control for the fuel oil independently. Each of those do not have to be they thus do not have to be coordinated. Seems to lie in the train control, but the producing valve can be adjusted given with the incorporated reducing valve body with the hand with which is located with the opposite end of the reducing valve with the bypass valve with the U with the V with the train line and the easy proper regulation cannot be obtained with the reducing valve. The train line shut off the solenoid valve and the under pressure valve that are located with the reducing pressure control line open or close. Reducing valve with the train line shut off valve with the reduce it must be latch open to permit the reducing valve to open. It can be tripped in the remote control cab within through the closing with the reducing valve with the shutting off with the steam supply to the train line. Figure 6.3 the remote control panel. Figure 4 LSCO steam generator. Before starting the steam generator, auxiliary generator with the locomotive should be running with the main reserve that should have at least 60 pounds with the pressure for the check with the position of all the valves. Valve with the cross handles should be fully open. Valve with the round handles should be closed, except for the water glass over the 2 and 6. 2 and 6 in the oil strainer 1 volt turn. Close the main switch, moving the handle to the number 1 on position. Starting steam generator. If no water shoved to the glass, turn on the feed water on the air over the pump steam valve. Open the pump's air valve. Open the steam's air vent by clock while filling when the water. When the water reaches the top of the water glass, play with the control switch and start with the position, push the start button, and motor will run. 3. Continue with the operator of the feed water pump until the water remains in the water glass. To shut the pump up, the air valve to open the pump steam valve is 23. Close the steam separator air vent valve, vent cock, push the release of the differential pressure water with the line number with the 2 or 3 times. Ensure opening the pressure line differential pressure valve with the place the control switch in running position. Steam generators will fire. Steam generator comes up with the pressure. Water will tend to rise. Use the manual blow down valve 25 with the keep of about 1/2 of the glass of water. To feed the steam to the train line, steam generator pressure should be between 275 pounds with the pressure gauge 16, rear hand with the proceeding step. The left with the steam flow control valve with the 22 in position on the remote control steam shut off with the solenoid valve with the 5. Pull the lever down in last position. Slowly open the main steam line shut off with the valve 18. The full open position with the required with the manual down valve with the keep at the 1/2 glass with the give water. Loosen the wing nut on the steam pressure for the reducing valve with the adjust for the steam with given with the desired reducing valve setting and the reduced valve with the set, tightening the wing lock nut. For a high train on the steam demands during the cold weather, the more lever the steam flow with the control valve 22, very slow with the position 4. When the train line is fully charged, train line pressure above the reducing valve pressure, the pressure should have shown there 17. Alright, pair wheel steam generators. Set the steam flow control valve level to the same position, adjust the reducing valve to 21, about the same pressure with the white hand, the steam pressure gauge 17 within 5 to 10 pounds, running of attention, operate the remote control solenoid blowdown valve with the 11 about the 5 seconds every 12, 1.5 hours mean with the separator blowdown set, switch remote control panel and locomotive cab. To shut down the steam generator, close the steam shut-off valve with the 18, open the manual blow-down valve with 25, slowly blow with the 5 second with the push to stop button 13, the motor will continue with the run but reduce the speed with the control cool-down period. When the steam pressure has dropped about 50 pounds with the motor will automatically stop. The motor has been stopped with the motor main switch handle 1 off position. To shut down the steam generator en route during the cold weather, close the steam line shut-off valve, push the stop button with the open the main blow-down valve with the circulating pump drum drain valve with the throw down the blow-down generator. After the generator blow-down valve, less the cracked open the regulating valve drain with the differential pressure valve steam line 19 differential pressure of the valve water line 20. Feed water pumps, stream line drain 24, clean water, closed water section line stop with the valve 28, open the feed pump suction line drain valve with 27, open the steam generator heater valve 15, the connection with the steam generator train line allowing the train line to enter the prevent as freezing, move of the main switch, handle 1 to the off position. Alright. Troubleshooting. When the main switch is closed, pressure gauge on lamp with the water gauge 11 with the electric indicator lamp all 1. If one of the lamps does not light, check with the burned out lamps. If none of the lights lamp, check with the blown line, fuse the trip line, circuit breaker. If you check with the blown fuse, the motor control cabinet. B. Alarm bell ringing, not ringing. If the alarm bell rings, push the stop button, check with the control switch. You should be in the starting position. After the pushing and starting button with the control switch in the starting position, A. Stop the button automatically. Release stop the push button. On release, check with the start and stop buttons and for their defects. Continued. Motor starts, comes up to speed with driving the circulating pump with the fuel oil blower, and the motor does not start. Check with the restart of the overload relay motor cabinet with the reset with the necessary. Push the reset button. Check with the mainline fuse with the circuit breaker. If you with the reset the plunge, rip the check with the blown fuses in the motor cabinet. Start the indicator lamp light. Start with the indicating lamp light does not light. Motor in the turning. Check with the burnout lamp. Alarm bell should not ring. If the alarm bell rings, check with the control switch and should be in the starting position. Starting generator running. Pressure gauge white hand circulating pump with the gauge should be between 30 and 40 pounds greater than the red handle with 30 to 40 pounds for the difference. For this pressure for the differential pressure show that the steam generator has proper water circulation. Trouble if there's no differential pressure over the pressure of the low and unsteady action. Check with the proper amount with the water steam generated 1/2 of the glass of water of the necessary plus plunger, snubber, and differential pressure valve water line clean snubber the circulation pumps discharge line strainer and the brain require cleaning. Your fuel oil pressure gauge red-handed pumps pressure for the boot should be between 250 pounds. Fuel oil pump pressure low or no pressure. Check with the oil pump section with the inspection flow with the sight glass turn on the fuel oil pressure suction line. Continued. If the strainer through the clean strainer the pressure gauge and effective check with the see the fuel oil pump the rotating check the belt tension fuel oil relief valve may be stuck or open. If the fuel oil pump pressure is too high, the fuel oil relief valve may be stuck closed, but the fuel return may be clogged, or the pressure gauge may be defective. Main oil solenoid valve stems after the differential pressure established makes a definite click, and when it opens, if the main valve solenoid valve does not open, check for the defect of the valve. Control switch is played with the running position to make the steam generator 5. A. The burning lamp. A. The burning on the lamp. The burning on the lamp does not light. If the steam generator, the fire check with the burned out lamp. If the burning on the lamp does not light and the alarm bell rings, check the item for the action under 3A. Alright, small burner oil solenoid valve opens, but this one indicates the fuel oil pressure gauge red hand with the dropping slightly ignition. Trouble. If the steam generator does not fire with about 5 seconds shutdown will occur with the alarm bell will ring. Action restart the steam generator. Check the fuel oil pump pressure for the control switch with the place at the running position. Slightly drop the fuel oil pressure with the indicate the small oil burner. Continued. Runs about 5 seconds providing spark with the after which for the cuts out as soon as the established electrical indication goes on. Solenoid valve opens the drop of the pressure. Check with the defective small burner with the solenoid valve, main oil solenoid valve. Check with the small burner nozzle plugging. Check with the burning peep hole, proper spark. Check with the air damper the braking, or to see whether they're in low position. If there's no sparking, proper spark. Check with the electrical wiring between the ignition and the transformer. The electrodes. Check with the dirty defective electrodes. Gap between the electrodes should be between 3/16 of an inch. Check with the ignition converting the oil. Converting is running. Alright, if the steam generator fires for 5 seconds, electrical eye indicating the light remains on, the shutdown occurs, but the both start and burner other indicating light goes on, alarm bells. When the steam generator is down, cleaning electrical eye, shutter, side glass, check with the electrical eye tubes. Alright, your steam generator that operates with a small burner until the steam reads the red-handed on pressure gauge about 30 pounds with a small, large pressure solenoid valve that opens the large and burner comes on, thus indicated. Indicated pressure shown with the white hand of the fuel oil pressure, a large burner of the burner starts to fail off with the steam pressure reach of the 260 pound with the oil pressure drop with the zero with the steam rush with the reach of the 270. Steam pressure reaches the 290. The small burner automatically shuts down when the burning only indicated goes out. Trouble. If the large burner oil pressure light white hand of the oil gauge does not start to the degree of the 260 pounds of steam pressure for the large burner remains on until the burner indicating light goes out. Check with the defective oil regulating valve bellows and indicate with the steam leak in lower part assembly. Alright, steam generator operating with the train line shut off valve. The steam generator fires automatically cut out the steam pressure to reach with the 290. If the steam pressure drops to 275 with the refire with the small burner goes going on off the short intervals is called cycling. Trouble. If the steam generator shuts down, the cycling and alarm bell ringing is both off and start and on, indicating lights are out. When they're both running, it's to reach the place of the control switch and start position. Then with the cutout alarm bell, restart the steam generator. Play with the control switch in running position. And also check with the items under section 4B. If the alarm bell rings with the start indicating lights with the burner indicating lights on, check with the Adams light indication with the 3A with the feed water pump, the steam valve flow open, check with the water glass on the steam separator indication with the water steam separated with the most film and the sub of the give it the blowdown using the manual blowdown valve. Continued. If smoke shows in the stack when we're firing, then the stack clears. Check with the small burner air damper and electrodes burner that is not igniting as quickly as it should. 6. Steam generator feed steam line train. When the low steam with the demand with the steam generation may cycle with the 5 with the normal steam demand with a small large burner will be open large burner pressure of the white hand on the fuel oil gauge if the control of the oil regulating valve then it varies with the steam demand. If the steam generator stops the firing alarm bell rings with the starting indicator light on burner oil lighting indicating out. Check the differential pressure water gauge storage with the feed water pump with the check of the feed water steam valve with the check of the action with the feed water main with the suction air through the leaky cover of the water treatment tank. Check of the items under 5A and check of the treatment the tank drain valve shall be closed. Alright, continue. If the steam generator does not shuts down, alarm bell rings and start and burner indicating light out and motor reducing speed. Check the fuel oil pump pressure. The steam generator off with the clean electrical eye shutter sight glass and also check the items 4B. Steam generator shuts down, the alarm bell rings with the indicating lights out when the motor shut out. Check the blowdown line. Feed with also check the under the 290 if the bunk show the stack of large burner and check the action with the air damper, the braking and the blower of the belt driver. And they list the parts for the pictures, or it's a number of references. I flipped it wrong way. It's got a part list. There's 100 different parts. For the steam generator, I'm not going to go over them. Not illustrated, see it.